Here we go. So now that the GOAT is gone, who's going to take over the NFC South? Will Trevor Lawrence and the Bengals have another great season to come out as AFC South champions? Or maybe could there be a dark horse in either one of those divisions? Oh, we're going to try to find out those answers to those questions and many more as we're going south today for our divisional previews. Part two of our four-part series starting on Fantasy Football Fever. And that starts right now. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of Fantasy Football Fever. It is Sunday evening, June 25th, 2023. Uh, Ben, we planned on doing this last week, but as some of you may know, Northeast Texas, Northwest Louisiana, and around that area got a huge thunderstorm coming in. Knocked out our power the night before we were planning to do this show. We didn't get our power back until Sunday evening around 7:30 Central Time, but we were without internet for another few days. Came on late Tuesday night, so we decided we'd try to get a good night so we could do this show. So we're on tonight. You know who we are. It's me, Tim McClellan, our commissioner, John Natale,
Hello.
and host of Hooked on Sports, John Flynn, taking a walk on the streets of New York. How's y'all doing?
Doing great.
I'm good.
All right. So I don't know if y'all been getting any terrible thunderstorms.
No,
I'm,
not here, fortunately.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we've actually lucked out, yeah, in that because with Long Island, yeah, being close to the sea, it's that thunderstorms are dying out as they get to Long Island.
Ah, weird how the weather works there, but yeah, I had a big storm, and of course we've had terrible humidity down here in Northeast Texas where I live. So yeah, it's terrible trying to work through it. So we're trying to get this thing back together. So great to have you guys back with me. We're going to go ahead and get this thing going. We're talking AFC and NFC South divisions for the second part of our 4-week series of our divisional previews. So I think we will go ahead and do I have those images up yet? No, I don't. Let me get those images prepared here, and we'll go ahead and talk about these two divisions that it's going to be very interesting for this year. So let's do the share screen. Here we go. Let's see if get that on there. Here we go. We're taking a look at the starting players for each of the four teams in the AFC South and their overall rankings based on their positions. CJ Stroud, top pick for the Houston Texans. He's now ranked 20. He's right now ranked 26th among all quarterbacks. We have the running backs, Dameon Pierce and Devin Singletary at number 17 and 43, respectively. Then at the wideout positions, Nico Rollins at 58, Robert Woods 66, and John Mechie at 69.
Yeah, remember they got Robert Woods from Tennessee and John Mechie missed all last year because of an ACL tear. He was a star, another star receiver from Alabama, but he's not going to But as long as he doesn't get hurt between now and week one, yeah, he's going to be in the starting lineup and making his NFL debut. So that's going to be a big get for Houston, especially since he was one of their two first round picks last year.
Oh yeah, and then we have the former Cowboy Dalton Schultz, the tight end now for the Texans, ranked number 11 among all tight ends. Uh, uh, 22 ranking for the defense and special teams for the Texans. Meanwhile, the Texans have a 17 ranking for their offensive line. So, yeah, as you said, if Michi can stay healthy between now and week one, I think the Texans will be okay. They could surprise a lot of people this year.
Yeah,
So,
especially with D'Amico Ryans as the head coach, and I think that's gonna be a big theme. I think for the Texans, similar to in a way what Brian Dable was for the Giants last year. We'll talk about that when we go through the Texans schedule.
all right. Then we have oh wait a minute, that's the wrong one. That's oh, I'm trying to get that out here. We're going to the Indianapolis Colts now, where we'll have the young man Richardson at the quarterback position now that Matt Ryan has left, and I believe Matt Ryan has retired, if I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah. He's going to be part. He's going to help out with the NFL on CBS. Yeah,
Okay,
wonderful.
all right, from the field to the booth. Good luck with him. Then you have Jonathan Taylor, who kind of had a kind of an off season last year, but he's ranked number 4 as running back. So I'm looking for him to have a great bounce back season there. And got Zach Moss at running back 2, ranked number 78. Then you have the wideouts Michael Pittman 32, Alex Pierce 74, Josh Downs 87. With Jelani Woods, the tight end, ranked 21. Colts defense special teams ranked 25th in that position, while the offensive line is pretty much in the middle at number 16. So,
Yeah, that defense special teams ranking is worrisome because the Colts have traditional have been strong defensively. So for them to not be considered among the league's best, that's a huge problem, and one that Chris Ballard has really not done a good job of addressing, over the last two seasons. So yeah, that might be an issue for the Colts next season.
all right. And so, it'll be interesting to see if Indianapolis can get back to the top of the division. Uh, right now, the top of the division is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Taking a look at their lineup, got Trevor Lawrence, ranked the 9th overall quarterback in the league, with Travis Etienne at number 11 at the running back position, Jebakau Hasty at 68. Then the wideouts. This looks like a trio of wideouts that I'm definitely going to keep my eye on. Calvin Ridley at 27, Christian Kirk at 33, and the rookie Zay Jones at 60. Yeah, I would keep my eyes on that trio right there.
Yeah, in the town, this looks like maybe the best wide receiver trio we're going to see tonight potentially.
Could be. Their tight end Evan Ingram, ranked number 9th among all tight ends in the league. Jaguars defense special teams down at about 23. The Jaguars do have, according to them, ranked 31, a very low ranking offensive line, and that could give a lot of people
bottom.
That could give a lot of people cause to pause.
Yeah, especially me. Yeah, that's me with me having an expectation of the Jaguars winning this division. The offensive line scares the hell out of me, especially if they're playing a team with a strong defensive front or front seven. If they happen to run to a team like Cincinnati or Buffalo or even the likes of the Chargers. Yeah, yeah, the Jaguars did overcome that big deficit, but the Chargers still have Joey Bosa, who is an absolute freak at his position. So that scares the heck out of me. But and also one other comment with the Jaguars, I think I remember Christian Kirk was a top 15 wide receiver in fantasy last year, and that Trevor Lawrence to Christian Kirk connection was a thing of beauty. And on this podcast last year, I destroyed Trent Baalke for the contract because I didn't think because he didn't have a 1,000 yard season while he was with Arizona, but he turned out to be right on that and Christian Kirk was a top 15 wide receiver. And we were talking about Christian Kirk before we got on the air because do you guys remember that game between the Giants and the Jaguars last year where there were a couple of really bad calls by the refs that went against the Giants that allowed the Jaguars a chance to win the game from reasonable position? Well, Christian Kirk made the catch and was the one who made the catch and was stopped at the 1 yard line, and, and yeah, and I started Christian Kirk in fantasy that week, because he didn't score a touchdown on that, and I lost my by two, and it would have given me an undefeated regular season. And I happened to go up against Tim, who was having a miserable year. So, but yeah, he was the only one that beat me during the regular season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just he had a bunch of players on the bye, or they were either injured or on the bye week, and
Yeah,
slim pickings.
well, yeah, because that was the week with the Bills, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Rams. They were all on bye, and one of my players that was on bye was Stephon Diggs. So I needed a lot from Christian Kirk on that front, but.
All right, and then last year, take a look at the lineups here for the AFC South. We got the Tennessee Titans with Ryan Tannehill down near the bottom of the pack among all quarterbacks, ranked 29th. Derrick Henry, he's ranked number 6, even though last year was kind of an off season for him, but I'm looking for better things from him. Ty J. Spears at running back 2, ranked 61. Wideouts, Traylon Burks, Nick Westbrook, and Kyle Phillips at 39, 94, and 97, respectively. Their tight end, Okong, oh,
Onakwo, I believe.
Okongwo. I know I'm probably going to be butchering some of these names here. He's ranked number 19. And the Titans' defense special teams are average at 17, but right now their offensive line is ranked the worst in the league. So, ugh.
The two worst offensive lines in the NFL, according to projections, are both in the same division, and they were the top two teams in their division last year. So I think that's a pretty strong indictment on how weak that division was last year. But again, you can only take these at face value. Now, Tim, I do want to ask you a question because as someone who's fallen in love with Derrick Henry in fantasy, and spoiler alert, you took the cue of falling in love with Derrick Henry from me. Because in 2019 he led the Titans to the AFC Championship game. Then the following year, you drafted in 2020 you drafted number one, and all of us in the draft room went crazy when you drafted him number one. Yeah, he had 2,000 rushing yards. So if are you going to take Derrick Henry with the number one overall pick if you get the first pick in the draft this year?
I'm not sure. I would like to, but I think there's just maybe about 3, 4. Oh, right here, he's number 6. So there's obviously 5 guys that are ranked higher than him. I'll just have to take a look at what's available.
It's and we were talking about Justin Jefferson last show because he was from the north. Because the people thinking taking him number one overall, which I think is crazy because you can get but two 1,000 yard receivers with it within your first five picks. And then another crazy thing I heard was maybe drafting Travis Kelsey number one overall because the gap between Travis Kelsey, the next best tight end, is crazy on
Yeah,
that. So
yeah, pretty insane. Yeah. So, yeah. So just for the record, I did take Henry number one in 2020, and everyone was crazy because there was uh, who was there?
because you had Christian McCaffrey, you had
Henry and
yeah, there was another running back that we were talking about so much. Might have been Zeke, it might have been Saquon Barkley, but
can't
yeah.
remember, but both of those two top quarterbacks got hurt. And then that's what brought about Derrick Henry having that awesome season that he had.
Yeah, but it didn't translate to a fantasy championship though, unfortunately for you.
Right,
So,
unfortunately. So,
because I believe you missed on a couple of receiver picks. I think you missed on so
right.
I think you missed on your defensive player pick that year. So
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. But anyway, let's just look at the schedules for the teams in the AFC South, starting with the Houston Texans. I go ahead and get that screen up there for y'all. And here we go. They start with Baltimore on September 10th at noon, 1
yeah, I
Eastern.
yeah, we previewed the Ravens schedule on the last episode. And we had that as a win for Baltimore.
Yes, there's a loss here, so that. Then we have the first matchup with the Colts. Uh,
Yeah, this is where I look so dumb not giving you the schedule graphics. Yeah, because and not being up by my laptop because I had the records down as well. But I do. But one thing I do remember is I have both teams winning on their home turfs between the Texans and the Colts.
okay, both teams winning at home. That's what I see.
Yeah.
So they're at home against Indianapolis. I can see a win there. And they will take on the Colts in week 18, Sunday, January 27th. So that's a loss there. First matchup with the Jaguars, week 3.
I see a
Actually,
loss.
I see a sweep.
Yep.
Mm.
I can see that.
I actually see a split with both teams winning on the road because I think that D'Amico Ryan's culture that they're trying to build is going to get a pass and early test that week. So I have that as a win for Houston.
Uh-huh. Texans are at home against Pittsburgh on October 1st, week 4.
I have that as the loss for Houston.
Yeah, I have that loss. They're on the road at Atlanta October 8th.
I believe I have that as a loss for the Texans.
Yeah, I kind of, I'm kind of leaning toward the fact that if Bijan Robinson can do very well, he could make the starting roster for the Falcons. Then on October 15th, the Texans are at home against the New Orleans Saints.
So that's a toss up, but I think the home field is going to benefit D'Amico Ryan's teaching out of the Texans.
Yeah, let's see that. They have 7 week bye in week 7. Then in week 8, October 29th, they're on the road at Carolina.
Yeah, Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, the top two
Oh,
picks in the draft.
yes.
And I believe both teams are coming off their bye weeks that week. 'Cause I believe Carolina is also off in week 7.
Yeah, that'd be my game of the week right there. But they're at Carolina, so I'm gonna take a slight win for the Panthers.
Yeah, that I believe that's what I had.
And then they are back home against Tampa Bay.
That screams double digit win for Houston.
I could probably see that. Maybe not
Yeah.
the double digit part, but I could see a win.
Yeah. Sunday, November 12th, they're on the road at Cincinnati. I think they are going to get just blown out there.
I put that as a win for Cincinnati last time.
Right. November 19th, Texans actually going to have 3 straight home games. The first one is against the Arizona Cardinals.
I have that as a win.
What was a win for Texans? Then we discussed I thought loss at Jacksonville, or a loss at home against Jacksonville. And then December 3rd, they're home against the Denver Broncos. I think I see that as a loss as well.
Yeah, probably.
I guess I could see Denver winning that because probably the two best hires of the entire offseason, D'Amico Ryan and Sean Payton. That should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, very interesting. December 17th, this will be interesting. The Texans against the Jets. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is now with the Jets, so I'm going to probably mark that down as a loss.
Yeah, I'll take the Jets.
Then they're at Tennessee December 17th, and then just 2 weeks after that, on New Year's Eve, they're at home against the Titans.
I could see Houston sweeping that, actually.
Interesting. Actually, I kind of see that as a split with home team winning.
Yeah.
And then on Christmas Eve, the Texans are at home against the Cleveland Browns. I can see that as a win.
I think remember I had Cleveland winning 11 games while you only have them winning 5, so I have this as a win for Cleveland.
Oh yeah, I have to recheck my notes from a couple of weeks ago. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now, a potential 6-11 season for the Houston Texans. Of course, that'll probably be a lot better than what people expect, but we'll just see what happens with that young quarterback be able to fit into the system here. All right, let's move on right now, and let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts here. Let me get their schedule up. We'll get that. We'll scroll down. So all of y'all at home will be able to watch this. Why is this thing moving so slow? We're looking for a schedule. There we go. All right. So we mentioned Indianapolis Colts against the Jacksonville Jaguars to start the season. Colts at home. I gotta go with the Jags on this one.
Yeah, same here.
Loss for the Colts there. Then we talked about the Texans. I said,
was that a split?
yeah, I split with both teams winning at home. So So they'll lose at Houston, but they'll win at home against Houston. So let me mark that down. And Jaguars. Oh yeah, I saw. Let's see. September 24th, week 3, Colts at Ravens. That's going to be a loss right there. I can see that. October 1st, week 4 at home against the Rams.
I'm leaning towards a win.
I'm kind of leaning toward that as well. Put a W right there. October 28th, the Colts are at home against the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a split for both teams winning at home.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's a win. A win at home against Tennessee on October 8th, and then losing to Tennessee in Nashville on December 3rd. And then the Jacksonville game, I said that would be a sweep on October 15th. October 22nd, the Colts are at home against the Cleveland Browns.
I think that was one of the games I had the Browns losing. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mark that as a win here. October 29th at home against the Saints.
Yeah, I think it's going to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, I think so. They got 2 road games before the bye week. November 5th at Carolina, November 12th at New England.
Yeah, I would say loss for Carolina and then probably win for New England.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's a lot. I have losses for both.
oh wow.
With rookie quarterback going up against Belichick, and you think the Colts are going to win that one?
Maybe I don't know. That's a hard one.
Well,
I'm gonna stick with my thought. Win.
The Patriots have had a history about defeating debut quarterbacks. So their bye week is week 11. Week 12 is week 12, November 26th. Colts are at home against Tampa Bay.
Probably a win.
Yeah, Tom Brady is no longer the quarterback there anymore, so.
Yeah,
and the Bucks barely beat him the last time they played each other.
Yeah. Then December 3rd at Tennessee, I saw a loss in that one. Then you got December 10th, Colts at Bengals. I see a loss there. And December 17th, they're at home against the Steelers.
I went to Pittsburgh.
As do I.
Yeah, I see a loss to Pittsburgh right there. Christmas Eve at Atlanta.
I could see the Falcons winning that one.
Yeah,
With the Colts offensive line that week, maybe the Falcons defensive line has a chance to actually compete in that one.
Right.
That's something that might not happen for a few times.
And on New Year's Eve, Colts are at home against the Raiders.
I think the Colts can win that one. I think it's gonna. I think that be a scenario where the Raiders just mail it in and wait for Josh McDaniels to get fired.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Yeah, I think I have like 5 wins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 11 for the Colts.
So we have a virtual tie right now, right? Texans and Colts same amount of wins.
So right now, as far as victories and defeats, Texans and Colts are pretty much tied right now.
Ooh. And you said you had them splitting against each other, right?
What's that?
And you had the Texans and the Colts splitting each other
I
in the
believe
game.
so. Believe so. With
Yes.
the home
Well,
team with
yeah. Trying to figure out who would own the tiebreaker from those scenarios, but guess I can't figure that out yet.
It's not, I mean, I have the Texans because of the better division record. That's
Ah,
because I Fusion sweeping Tennessee.
got it.
all right. And now let's take a look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, the
Yeah, I
defending
mean, there's no debate about these guys winning the division.
I'm
defending division champions, of course.
no, and we went through the fantasy rankings at the quarterback position, and we'll have to see what Shane Steichen has up his sleeve when it comes to Anthony Richardson. But that Anthony Richardson story is going to be fascinating. One of the fascinating stories in the NFL this upcoming season.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's Jacksonville Jaguars said we'd get a win. They get a win at Indianapolis on the 10th of September. Then on September 17th, they're at home against Kansas City.
I'm kind of seeing an upset.
Oh, really?
I feel an upset that
Yeah.
could potentially happen.
Yeah.
They're on their home.
I think Mahomes going up against that defense. I don't think it's going to be a fair fight though. That's why I'm picking the Chiefs.
Yeah. We said Indianapolis Jaguars sweep the Colts there. October 1st, Jaguars at Atlanta.
Um,
I'm leaning towards the Jaguars on that one.
Yeah. Oh, good one.
where's the game, in Atlanta or in Jacksonville?
And it's in Jacksonville.
I'm taking the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Actually, that's one of the two London games. Actually, so the Jaguars they're playing London back-to-back weeks. I think week 4 against the Falcons, week 5 against the Bills.
Wow.
I would have forgot about that.
Oh, I think we've lost. Hold up. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it says 8:30 on there.
This is going to be a good one. October 8th, Jacksonville Jaguars at Buffalo Bills. This will be a good one.
Games in London, I'm taking, but I think I believe I have the Bill. I have the Bills winning that because I do have the Jaguars going 1-1 in London. I believe I have them beating Atlanta.
Yeah. Beat Atlanta, then lose to Buffalo. Then I see them winning at home against the Colts. October 19th, 19th and 29th, the New Orleans and Pittsburgh, and those are both road games.
Yeah, I believe I have the Saints winning and the Jaguars beating Pittsburgh.
I could see that too.
Okay. And their bye week is week 9, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 3 before the bye. That's not too shabby. November 12th, Jaguars have back-to-back home games. First against the Niners, then against the Titans.
I think depending on what the situation is, I think the Jaguars would have the big quarterback advantage in that one, depending on what happens with Brock Purdy and all of that stuff. So, I have. Yeah, but I'm gonna pick San Francisco nonetheless,
Right.
and then gonna pick Jacksonville to beat Tennessee in Week 11.
Yeah, I got them losing to the Niners. Away against Tennessee. Then Sunday, November 26th, they're at Houston. Of course, I see a win there nonetheless. December 4th, the Jaguars are home against the Bengals.
That's gonna be a fun Monday Night Football game. But
That's a true toss-up.
Yeah, but I think I had since I no I think that was one of the four games I had Cincinnati losing in my opinion. I think.
I think I had to put a question mark on that one last time when we were talking about Cincinnati. And then they go from home against Cincinnati, they go to Cleveland on December 10th. Now, I think I saw a sweep there.
Yeah, I mean I believe I believe I took the Browns on that one.
December 17th, the Jaguars will be at home against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, on Sunday Night Football, and I'm taking the Jaguars.
Hmm. At home against Baltimore. Yeah, I'll give them a win at home. Then they're at Tampa Bay on Christmas Eve.
Let's see, I have that as a win.
Uh, New Year's Eve, they're at home against the Panthers.
I think I had Carolina winning that one on the road. I think that might be because I saw that as the game that could put the Panthers in the playoffs. So I'm taking Carolina.
Yeah, I'm actually going to agree.
Hmm. I'm actually going to take the Jaguars with a win at home against Carolina and a win against Tennessee on January 7th. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I
Yeah,
see a 12. Right now, I see a 12-5 record
yeah,
for the
and
Jaguars.
yeah, and I think 10 or 11 on my end.
Yeah, interesting. Let's talk about the Tennessee Titans now. Get their schedule up. So hope everybody's doing okay. Hope y'all follow along with us and see if y'all can make some better picks than we can. So everybody here. Let's see. We got the Titans schedule up now, so they'll start. Titans start on the road against the New Orleans Saints.
I Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll take the Saints there. Loss. Then first home game on the 17th against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Uh, hmm, probably a loss.
Yeah, I think Justin Herbert against an average defense.
Yeah, I don't think
and and and
that.
and knowing the Chargers have a lot to prove this season after because Justin Herbert still hasn't won a playoff game yet. Amid the debacle from last season, so I'm going to
Right.
take the Chargers on that one.
All right. Then September 24th, week 3, Titans are at Cleveland. I could probably see a win there.
I have Cleveland winning that one, so I have
Ooh.
that as a loss.
And I have them losing at home to Cincinnati. Okay, I did see a split. I think I saw a split between the Titans and the Colts and their series. Winning, they're losing at Indianapolis on October 18th, but they'll win at home against the Colts on December 3rd. October 15th, week 6, the Titans are at home against the Ravens, but I don't think that's going to matter much. And then the bye week is week 7 for the Titans. They'll return on October 29th at home against the Falcons.
Probably a win.
Probably a win against the Falcons. Titans, Falcons. I'm going to take that as a loss. Falcons will take that one. Then Then the Titans have three straight road games starting on November 2nd. They go to Pittsburgh, they go to Tampa Bay, then they go to Jacksonville.
Uh, you only win one of them, I think. The one with the
Yeah.
Bucks, I think you said.
Yeah, Titans going to Pittsburgh, then they go to
Well,
Tampa Bay, then they go to Jacksonville.
yeah, win Tampa Bay, lose the other two.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right here. Then they return home on November 26th against the Carolina Panthers.
I'm going with the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably will too. Then I see a week. Then I see a win at home against the Colts on the 3rd December. December 11th, Titans at Dolphins. I'll
Ooh,
probably
that's a
see
tough
the
one.
Dolphins winning this
I'm gonna go
one.
with Dolphins.
Then they're
Yeah.
back home. Yeah, and then they're back home against Tennessee. No, Houston. Back home,
Uh,
Houston.
ooh, that's a tough
Yeah.
one. I'm
I have that as a loss.
yeah, I was kind of leaning towards Houston myself if I had to choose.
Yeah, who did I say here? That's December 11th. Wait a minute. What Tennessee Titans? Houston. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's Sunday, December 17th. Loss at Tennessee. So Tennessee at home against Houston. I get the win there. Christmas Eve. Titans are at home against the Colts. No. They're at home against the Seahawks. Wait a minute.
I'm going with
I'm not even
Seahawks. I'm taking
bringing this
Seahawks on
down.
that one.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry about not bringing down the pages so y'all can check it out here. So I see. I could probably see a loss against the Colts on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Then New Year's Eve, I think I saw a split with the Texans. Yeah, versus Tennessee. Yeah, so Titans will lose at Houston. Then I saw a loss at at home against Jacksonville. So one, two, 1, 2, 3. Wow, I only got 4 wins for the Titans right now.
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah. I think that we're seeing it the same way.
ooh, last
Wow.
place.
Yeah, so right now it would be Jacksonville. Then I would get 6 and 11 for Houston, and then Indianapolis. I could see Texans winning with a tie break, and then Titans finishing at 4 and 12, and maybe the first pick in the 2024 NFL
Ooh,
draft.
and probably without
And
imagine if Henry wasn't there, you probably have 2 wins.
yeah, and it's also the Caleb Williams sweepstakes uh, for the draft next year.
Right. So basically, that's our look at the. That's Yeah, that's the AFC South. So let's take a look at the NFC South right now. Let's go ahead and get the possible week. Yeah, let's get that. That's the one I want to get. We'll take a look at the NFC South right here, beginning with the Atlanta Falcons. Starting at their quarterback, Desmond Ritter, at rank 30. Kind of near the bottom right there. Probably not much inexperience. So then they got they got Bijan Robinson starting, the rookie from
Ooh,
Texas.
they're
Ranked
very
three
aggressive ranking.
over
It hasn't played a
three.
single game
Very
yet.
very
Very
Yeah,
impressive.
aggressive.
it's and I mean Arthur Smith is a run first play caller, and they have one of the best offensive lines in the NFC because if you can see the ranking, 8 in terms of the rankings from Mike Clay from ESPN. But yeah, but Bijan Robinson is probably gonna get 300 to 350 carries. So you figure 1,200, 1,500 yards and several touchdowns. That was what I was thinking a couple months ago when we talked about Tyler Algier when we had that discussion of rookies from last year that can make the jump to top flight fantasy status for this year. But obviously that conversation changed when the Falcons drafted Bijan Robinson out of Texas.
Yeah, so I guess Cordell Patterson's gone now.
I could already see.
Didn't he retire?
He might have, possibly. I can't recall though.
Yeah, he
Unless he's
might
still a
have.
free agent. Let me see something.
So I could probably already see Bijan Robinson as a possible candidate for offensive rookie of the year for the NFC.
And he I think
He's still there, but I think he's the third string.
Hmm.
to the third ranked running back in fantasy.
Probably I think he's still there. I just did
Yeah,
a quick Wikipedia search. He's still there, but he's probably the way back end. He's probably the third or the fourth back.
yeah,
So he's still there.
yeah.
So that could be an interesting running back combination right there. This is very tasty, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean the Falcons are going to try something that's very interesting, and I think it's something that contradicts modern NFL theory of pass first. Said that they're going to rely on talented running backs and a strong offensive line to wear down the opposition. How's that going to fare out against when you have strong defensive lines like that of Tampa Bay, like that of New Orleans, because you can see the Saints defense slash special teams is ranked sixth. So the Falcons are going to be an interesting team in the NFC, especially given that they have the gift of the schedule.
Oh yeah, and we'll be getting the schedule here in a little bit, as well as the schedule for the rest of the teams. We're talking about Drake London, Matt Hollis, and Cadrell Hodge for the wideouts for Atlanta.
I think this is our first 3-digit number that we've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, Drake London might be a viable flex option. Who might is something you put in the flex position and potentially in your week one lineup. So depending on how things go, depending on how training camp goes.
And then you have their tight end Cal Pitts, who is ranked seventh in the league amongst players in that position. 21st ranked defensive special teams, but in top 10 offensive line, ranked eighth there on the offensive line. So that line could pretty much hold Ritter, let Robinson and Algier go wild and throw that. I think Atlanta could really be a good contender in this division, and so could the Carolina Panthers. We take a look at them. Their rookie quarterback Bryce Young ranked 24th right now among all quarterbacks, with the running backs Miles Sanders and Blackshear over at 19 and 91. That is a huge difference right there.
Yeah, I mean, so you know how they feel about Miles Sanders, and you also think that Bryce Young could play some sort of factor in the running game. Even though Bryce Young didn't run as much for Bama as Tua did or as Jalen Hurts did.
Then we got their wide receiver. They got DJ Shark, the newly acquired Adam Thielen. Of course, they got him from Minnesota.
Yeah, crazy that Adam Thielen is ranked 53rd.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane.
Yeah, but that's the reality of him going to a new team.
Yeah, that's true. Hayden Hurst, tight end, is ranked 25th. They have a 15th ranked defense special teams and a 22nd ranked offensive line.
Yeah, and that'll be higher if Ike Ikwonu elevates himself into a Pro Bowl level. The type of player.
All right. So so that's how that looks for the Panthers. Now to the Saints. They now have Derek Carr. They acquired him from the Raiders. He's ranked 22 among all
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
yeah, as a free agent, of course.
The running backs, Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams, ranked close together, 29th and 35th, respectively. Uh, Alvin Kamara kind of had a slightly down year last year, but
Yeah,
we'll
so
see.
the injuries killed him last year. Right?
Oh, yeah. And here's an interesting wide receiver trio: Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, and Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
Then you got Joanne Johnson, their tight end, ranked 15th. Saints coming in right now with the sixth best defensive special teams with the 19th best offensive line. So going out to the Buccaneers, who of course will start Baker Mayfield.
The worst
They
running
of
back
course,
worst quarterback rank.
yeah, 32nd right now. They got
Yeah, I mean, if I mean, Baker, going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield is like, uh, it, it, it's like the '98 Bulls broke up again.
oh yeah, it's a pretty big difference there. The running backs Rashad White and Chase Evans, 18 and 69. Then you got another pretty interesting trio for wideouts here with Chris Godwin at number 19, Mike Evans 23, and Russell Gage at 85, with their tight end Kate Otten getting ranked 26. Uh, Buccaneers coming in with the 13th best defensive special teams with the 28th uh, offensive line for the Buccaneers. So it looks like they still have good defense. They'll be the offense. That'll be probably the biggest issue that Tampa Bay will probably have this season. So, so that's basically the starting lineups for the NFC South. And now we'll just
And I think the thing that's crazy that we were that I was talking about before, is that you look back at the wide receivers. There are only three wide receivers in that whole division that said that you need to consider drafting, and that's Chris Olave, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. Maybe Drake London as a flex option for week number one, but even that's a toss up because there's still a lot of questions about the quarterback.
yeah, that is true. That is true. And now we just took a look at the rosters. Now let's take a look at the schedule, starting with the Atlanta Falcons schedule. And they start September 10th at home against division rival Carolina.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards a split on that one.
Yeah, split with a home win for each team. So at home, Falcons at home against Carolina, I'll say a win. Put that W down, and then they play at Carolina December 17th. I see a loss there. Uh, September 17th, Falcons are at home against the Packers.
I'm like leaning towards a win on that one.
I'm yeah. I think I had Green Bay starting 0-2, so then you can take that for what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
September 24th at Detroit. That'll be
Uh,
interesting.
that's going to be a fun game. Between two high-powered offenses that'll score points in different ways. So, but
Yeah,
I do believe I have the Lions winning that game. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got the
so
Lions winning. Probably will be very close. May come down to maybe final
Mm-hmm.
couple minutes of that game.
yeah.
Then on October 1st, the Falcons are at Jacksonville against the Jaguars. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I said Jaguars would win, so that's a loss for the Falcons there. Then the Falcons will go to Houston, and I think, yeah, I think uh, Falcons at home against the Texans. I think I saw that as a win.
Yeah, for Falcons.
Then October 15th, got the Falcons at home against the Commanders. I could see a win for Atlanta there.
Yeah,
Don't have much high hopes for the Commanders this year.
Mm-mm.
October 22nd and 29th, they'll have they go to Tampa Bay, then they go to Tennessee.
yeah. I think I could see a split with the Falcons and the Bucks.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, they'll lose at Tampa Bay, but they'll win with Tampa Bay coming into Atlanta. That takes place December 10th. Then at Tennessee, I can probably see a win for the Falcons there. If I can get my notes back up with Tennessee. Yeah, I had Tennessee only win 4-12. Yeah, I saw them losing to Atlanta in that game. November 5th, the Falcons are at home against the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be a slightly different look for the Vikings.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
who did I have winning that? I think I had the Falcons winning that game because the game is at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So
And then November 12th, the Falcons travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
That's a win for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyler Murray will still probably be out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the Cardinals defense is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Then Falcons will be off on the bye week. November 26th, are at home against the Saints.
This one's a tough one, but I think the Saints could win both games.
That's kind of interesting. So lost there, and then a loss to the Saints in New Orleans on January 17th. December 3rd, Falcons are on the road against New York Jets. I see that as a loss.
Yeah.
December 10th, at their home against Tampa Bay. I see a win there.
Win. Mm-hmm.
December 17th, I see a loss against Carolina.
Yep.
Yep.
Christmas Eve at home against the Colts.
That's a win. I think we established this as a win for Atlanta in the last segment.
And New Year's Eve, the Falcons are at Chicago against the Bears.
That's a tough one. I'm going to give it to the Bears.
But who did we have last time? I do remember I had the Bears losing their last two games, so I'm taking the Falcons.
Yeah. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So possibly a 10-7 record for the Falcons.
Ooh, not bad.
I remember I had the Falcons. So when I did the schedule, or a couple weeks ago, I had them win 8 games.
Right. So that's what we're looking at for the Falcons here. Let's go to Carolina. Yeah, let me go ahead and get that screen up. Get the schedule for the Carolina Panthers up right now. And they will start September 10th at Atlanta. I saw a win by the Falcons there, so that's a loss there. Carolina at New Orleans. No, Carolina's at home against New Orleans on the 18th of September. Hmm.
I think the Saints and the Panthers are going to split.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a split with the home team winning. So they'll play each other September 18th. Then again, they don't play again until December 10th. Lost at New Orleans. Uh, September 24th, Panthers are at Seattle.
I'm going with the Panthers.
I can see Carolina winning this one. They won in Seattle last year.
Hmm.
I think the Panthers have a good defense in this one. So we might want to scroll down for the rest of the schedule when you get a chance.
October 1st, the Panthers are at home against the Vikings.
I establish that as a win for Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that also.
Yeah, win against Carolina. October 8th and 15th, home game. They're road games. First against Detroit, then against Miami.
I have that as a. I think that was the game I had the Lions losing at home, and then the following week I have Miami over Carolina. Then scroll down for the rest of the viewers.
Yes. Thank you. Really good. There we go. Okay, and bye week and week 7, week 8. They're in Houston. They're at home against the Houston Texans. I could probably see a win there.
Carolina for sure.
They're at home against the Colts.
I'll go with another win there.
Another win there on the 5th of November. Panthers are at Chicago November 9th.
Another win there.
I have that as a win for Chicago.
Oh, interesting.
I think I got that too. The Panthers are at home against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas on that one.
Yeah.
No, I actually have the Panthers winning that game, actually.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
November 26th, they're at Tennessee.
Carolina.
That is a.
Then December 3rd, they're at Green Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Or Tampa Bay. Yes, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I have that as a. I think what did I have? I think I had Carolina sweeping Tampa.
I think I see that too. Atlanta, they're at home against the Falcons on December 17th. I think I see a loss there. I see a split. Then Christmas Eve, the Panthers are at home against Green Bay.
I'm going to say win on that one.
Then they're on the road at Jacksonville.
Loss.
Yeah, I did say I had Carolina winning that game.
Okay, so I actually have Jacksonville beating Carolina that one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see maybe 9 wins for Carolina.
I right now I have 9 wins in the playoffs for Carolina.
Ooh, interesting.
And also one thing we haven't talked about so far it is Frank Wright who's going to be the new head coach, and I think he has this is easily the best quarterback situation he's had as an NFL head coach, and I think that's going to be a great sign for him.
All right. Now we're going to talk about the New Orleans Saints. And we saw It's September 10th. They start at Tennessee. Let me look at my notes again. Uh, I saw a win for New Orleans at home against Tennessee.
Yeah.
And Carolina.
I think we said split on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At Carolina, they'll lose there at Carolina, but they will win at home against Carolina on December 10th. The Saints are at Green Bay on September 24th.
That's a tough one. I'm going to give Green Bay the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give them a win at home.
I think I'm actually going to take the Saints to beat the Packers at Green Bay. Got a slight upset there. Then they go from Green Bay on the road to at home against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I have the Saints sweeping Tampa.
Yeah, I'm going to go split.
I kind of see that too, Flynn.
Okay.
I see a sweep with Tampa Bay both on October 1st and on New Year's Eve. October 8th, they're at New England against the Patriots.
I have the Saints winning that game.
Yeah, I'm going to go Saints also.
Okay. October 5th, the Saints are at Houston.
Week 6, I believe I took the Texans because the game is at NRG Stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be a loss to Houston on the road. Then the Saints, October 19th, home against Jacksonville. I got to give it to the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Then October 29th, they're on the road against the Colts.
We said that was going to be a victory for Derek Carr, the New Orleans Saints.
Then November 5th, the Saints are at home against the Bears.
I'm going to go with the Saints.
Yeah, I believe I have the Saints.
Then November 12th, the Saints are on the road against the Vikings.
That's a tough one.
I believe we established Minnesota because so winning at home.
Yeah.
That's the last time.
Week 11, if the Saints bye, then they come back. They go to Atlanta to place the Falcons. I actually see a split with the home team winning. So a loss to the Falcons there, but a win against the Falcons on January 7th in New Orleans. December 3rd, New Orleans Saints are at home against the Detroit Lions.
Go with the Lions.
Yeah, good too. I saw a win at home against Carolina on December 10th. December 17th, the Saints are at home against the Giants.
That could potentially be a game I go to down in Big Easy, but right now I have the Saints winning that game.
Yeah, unfortunately I do too.
Yeah, I think that the game at home. I think that there's still going to be.
Yeah.
I think the Saints. I mean, the Saints have the better defense, especially if their fantasy rankings prevail, because them is the number 6 fantasy defense. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that matchup between against the Giants' offensive lineman not named Anthony Thomas, that might be a big problem for the talent.
Right. Then on December 21st, the Saints are on the road against the Rams. I could probably see a win there.
Yeah, possibly.
Because it seems like all the Rams' best players are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Aaron Donald. They still have Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, and Cooper Kupp, but that's it, basically.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I
Okay.
said 12-5 season
Yeah.
for the Saints.
So you got them winning the
Um,
division.
yeah. Mine is close to 10, but I think the Saints are going to win the division.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all on the same page about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's interesting. Even though we think the AFC South is weak, might be the weakest, but you still might have three teams that could very well win the division because you think about
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, you think
Oh,
about
yeah.
Carolina, you think about
Yep.
New Orleans,
Exactly.
and then we come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, back to where they were before Tom Brady, back to
I can't.
irrelevance.
I can't. I think the last time that we remember a time where Tom Brady was not the quarterback. I think that must have been when Bob Barker first hosted The Price is Right. Um, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
apparently, apparently they're taping the very last the very last show at the Bob Barker Studios.
yeah, they
Um,
already taped it. They're airing it tomorrow.
yeah, crazy.
It's gonna be it's crazy. But anyway, let's go ahead and go through this Buccaneers lineup. Sunday, September
Oh, and
10th,
17.
against the Minnesota Vikings. I see Minnesota with a win there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I,
September 10th, the Bucks are at home against the Bears.
I'm actually going to take the Bears.
Then they're at home September 25th against the Eagles. That's a loss.
Eagles.
those filthy chickens, as you like to call them, too.
Filthy Philadelphia Chickens. That's right. And then week 4, the Bucks are at New Orleans.
Another loss
Loss.
there.
And
0 and
we
4.
saw that as a loss. 0-4 before the bye week. They got a very early bye week. Week 5, if you can believe that.
0 and 5.
Then October 5th, the Bucks they're at home against Detroit. I say that's a loss.
Yep, 0 and 5.
We said Atlanta.
Loss 0 and 6. Well, actually, no, that might be a split actually. So win there.
Yeah. Said loss at Tampa. Tampa Bay loses. Atlanta. Wait a minute. What did I say here? What's that? That's week 7. The Falcons would lose at Tampa Bay. So I think I saw a split there. So
Mm-hmm.
October 26th, the Buccaneers are at Buffalo.
Loss.
Sorry.
That might be the most lopsided primetime game of the entire primetime schedule.
Oh yeah.
Go put a star by that one because I'd be willing to see that one.
And it's also on Amazon. It's also on Amazon Prime too, so you can
Right.
take it for what it's worth.
Right. So yeah, mismatch there. November 5th, the Buccaneers are at Houston.
Loss.
November 12th, home against the Titans.
Probably a loss.
I think we had Tennessee winning that game.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
All right. Oh, that's right. I'll give them some dignity. That's their second win.
Yeah, Tennessee, Tampa Bay. Yeah, I saw them. I see the Buccaneers losing at home against Tampa Bay. November 19th at the 49ers. I see as a loss.
Another loss. Yeah.
November 26th at Indianapolis.
Loss.
Let's see, that's a loss. December 3rd, Bucks are at home against the Panthers.
Probably a loss.
I kind of see.
I think the Panthers are going to sweep them.
I see a home split.
Okay.
Home split. They'll win at home against Carolina, but they will lose at Carolina on January 7th.
Okay.
Put a star by this one. The old Bay of Pigs matchup. Tampa Bay at Green Bay, December 17th.
That's a tricky one. I'm gonna go with the loss.
I'm going to go with the loss. Give it to Green Bay, but not by much. Christmas Eve, Bucks at home against the Jaguars.
Loss.
I think it's a loss. And then New Year's Eve, home against the Saints.
Loss.
Loss. Then I said lose at Carolina, so that's only counted 2 wins.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're seeing it the same way. Maybe three, maybe four if they're
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah. I have two. One of them against Atlanta and the other against Tennessee. That's my only two.
My 2 wins for the Buccaneers is October 22nd at home against the Falcons,
Uh-huh.
and then December 3rd at home against the Panthers. That's
Okay.
it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make a bold prediction if somebody wants to write this down. Anyone watching or one of you guys want to write this down? This will be Bill Belichick's final year as head coach of the Patriots.
Hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? What am I talking about here?
We're,
I'm talking about
we're not talking about Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Okay, I was just thinking of Tom Brady. Why was I doing that? I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking about Tom Brady. I have no idea. Please don't ask me. Please, I have no idea. But let's just move along. I was just gonna say that this will be the first of maybe 2 or 3 years. Hopefully, for their sake, it'll only be 2 years as a rebuilding for Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be longer than that, Tim.
Longer than that, huh?
And I mean, isn't it crazy how much Tom Brady masked all the dysfunction within that organization
Right.
by taking the Buccaneers to the playoffs 3 times and then winning Super Bowl in his first year there?
So let's see what I got here. I got Saints finishing 12-5, Falcons finishing 10-7, Panthers 9-8, and the Buccaneers. Now I'm going to say probably the Buccaneers will have the first pick of the 2024 NFL draft.
Oh,
And I mean, they'll probably need a new coach. My first thought is Mike Kafka becomes the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they draft Caleb Williams.
Ah,
That I mean, if Kafka has another successful season as a Giants offensive coordinator, he's going to be gone from the Giants, and he's going to be a head coach somewhere.
oh, I forgot to mention this one. Our man Dashy is watching. He's got, I guess this is the order of finish in their divisions. He's got Jaguars, Colts, Texans, Titans, and the AFC South. And in the NFC South, he's got Panthers, Falcons, Saints, and Bucks. Well, he agrees
Yeah.
with the Bucks, but
definitely can't argue with any of that. That's a pretty good order.
Yeah.
Pretty respectable.
I
Especially the
think.
South. 1, 2, 3 is very fair.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Panthers have the best coach in the division. The Saints have the best quarterback in the division. The Falcons have the best quarterback and defense in the division. The Falcons have the best offensive line in that division. So,
Yeah, I
and
think
and and, and, and a pretty good play caller too. So,
oh yeah. Oh yeah, I think his AFC South is very spot on. But yeah, the NFC South can go either way. 1, 2, and 3 is definitely very interchangeable.
yeah, and so like so that week one Carolina Atlanta game is going to be huge in my opinion because not only is it the debut of Frank Reich and Bryce Young with the Panthers, but these are the types of tilts that you got to win early on, and when we look back at the standings at the end of the season, we're going to look at who won that game week one, who won that that Falcons Saints matchup right after Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, yeah, I'll find that kind of interesting myself. But yeah, that's basically our look at the AFC South and the NFC South. So, y'all got any ideas? Go ahead and put them down in the comments section. Let us know what you think, how these teams are going to finish in their divisions, and
yeah,
and tentatively, our next show is going to be on July 7th. And of course, that will be the show where we are going to talk about the beasts of the East. We'll be talking about AFC East and NFC East.
yeah.
And I
So,
think we're going to have a lot to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I mean, considering the competition in the East divisions, I mean, with Buffalo, with Miami, with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Cowboys, with their defense, the Giants, another year of smartly thinking forward about the future with Joe Shane.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the Jets
well,
improving too.
yeah,
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 yeah, it's going to be a lot to talk about. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, and then of course Washington and of course them that reeling in from the from Josh the ownership group led by Josh Harris, who also happens to be said to be one of the owners of the Philadelphia 76ers. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
yep, that's going to be a real big show that we're going to plan on for July 7th. Of course, that'll be a few days after July 4th. So hopefully y'all have a great Independence Day and y'all be careful out there. But of course, Flynn's got a lot more to talk about than just football with his Hooked on Sports. In the comment section, we
Yeah,
have those three links. Any one of those will take you straight to Hooked on
yeah,
Sports. So
yeah,
basketball season's over, hockey season's over,
yeah.
baseball is in full swing.
Yeah, and I mean, you still have a lot to talk about with the NBA, with all the trades that went down, and the draft and John Moran's suspension, which in my opinion came up a little bit short.
Yeah.
But also if you guys are inclined to football, that not my show this week, but next week I'll be doing my annual ranking the power ranking each NFL division based on defense, which to my mind is the official start of me prepping for the NFL season in full swing.
Right. So y'all
Yeah,
get ready for that because he's got Hooked on Sports coming up this week. So
yeah,
y'all be sure to click on those links to listen to him. And hopefully y'all will be back with us. Like I said, probably around July 7th, we'll have our third episode of our divisional previews where we'll be taking a look at the AFC East and the NFC East. And we still have got some good quality shows coming up until our draft day. And and Natalia, I think you said drafts. Our leagues will probably be reactivated sometime between now and then, right?
Yep. So yeah, before the next show. So probably around anywhere between, it could be anywhere between tomorrow and just before we go on the air, or the day before. Anywhere between tomorrow and the day before. Put it that way.
All right, so we will definitely keep all of you keep you abreast of everything in case we have some shakeups in the league. If we have spots that may or may not be available, we can just let y'all know about that, and we'll just see what happens. We may have to, may have to figure out a contest as to who would be the big super fan to join our league. I guess. We'll figure something out between now and then, hopefully. But anyway, that's our show for tonight. Thank y'all for us. I'm glad that we had to do this thing again after I was out without power for a couple of days, without internet for a longer amount of days. But yeah, it looks like we're back up. So, Flynn, thank you, buddy.
All right, thank you, Tim. Just got home.
You just got home. Now you can just go ahead and crash. That's what I would do.
And I wish I was home earlier so I could get those. So I because we were supposed to have a couple of schedule graphics just like we did the last time, but I digress.
Yeah, and we didn't even get the over unders for today's teams. But we'll work on that for go ahead and work on that for next our next show. I'll be working on my end. So,
Oh,
Natalie, buddy,
Yep.
hopefully, thanks for being here, and we'll
Oh yeah,
see
of course.
you again probably around 7th.
Yep.
yeah.
And we'll hope to see.
Not so fast. I just got home, so but before we leave, I'm going to give you the overs and unders before we officially sign off.
Oh, okay, okay. He finally made it home.
Yeah, so this will take like 2 minutes. So um, yes, so that's gonna be the story on that. But I think while we're talking, while we're getting this set up, so what was I gonna say? We also talked. I don't think we even talked about the Saints because with their coach because I feel like I feel like that Dennis Allen's going to be on the hot seat because did we talk about coaches on the hot seat yet? Um
Yes, we
this
did.
this
We
winter?
did.
Yeah,
And
we did.
in
We had
case
that show a few weeks back.
I
Yeah.
think it was a few weeks back, maybe a month and a half ago, maybe. So if any of y'all missed that, y'all could check
Yeah,
my
I might still
list.
have a
TJ
picture. Let me see.
3774.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of y'all who might have missed it, we got it here on the TJM 3774 channel. So y'all can go back and take a look at that.
Yeah, but I promise you all that the over-unders are gonna come up in a couple of minutes. So
And I think Natalia is frozen again.
yeah, I
So
think I think he
so
is.
Flynn is going to be racing to get those over unders for the AFC South and NFC South teams right there,
Yeah, but
and we'll get everything ready for next time for the next show coming up on the 7th of July.
yeah. Um, yeah. Um, yes. So we think. And we also I think we also talked about D'Amico Ryan's as well being that potential Brian Dable type of back because I could finally feel like the Texans are going to have some security when it comes to their coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and what was that? I think a 6-year contract for D'Amico Ryan's with the Texans.
I
Uh,
believe you might be right about that. The 6-year contract.
yeah.
You might be right.
Um, uh, but them with the Colts, Shane Steichen as the new coach. So basically, the Colts and Eagles traded offensive coordinators over the last couple of seasons.
Right.
Um, here we go. I need to do that. Give me 1 second.
All right. Oh, did I accidentally? I think he's switching to his laptop. I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, he's switching to his laptop now. Now that's the way we like to see him.
So I, in case you're wondering, I'm here back home.
Yeah.
So now, hold on, I sent the wrong things. Let me try one more time. Um, schedule.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, let me get that one here.
Don't show the one of the NFC North. I already put that one up. Now I'm just gonna put one more. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, of listen watching the show at home. Um,
Yeah, just a slight miscue right there. No worries. We'll be all right.
yep, yep. So I'm ready to share.
Okay. Let's see here. Is this the one I'm looking for? Let's eliminate that. We'll eliminate that. I think those are the ones that we don't really need. So I'll just go ahead and delete those. Let me find.
Yeah, so I'm sharing the screen now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's get that. I hadn't even noticed that. So we'll add this on here.
There we go.
Ah,
All right. All right.
Uh, all
So
right.
we have Falcons at 8 wins for the over under.
Yeah.
I mean, take.
Yes.
Let
I think
me,
you went the over, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm even, but if I had to pick one or the other, probably under.
Hmm.
yeah. So I had them. I had Falcons over.
Mm-hmm.
Have at 10 wins. Panthers at 7.5. I got them at 9-8.
Yeah, so another over.
Saints, I have them well above over. I'm well
Yeah.
above the 9.5. I got them at 12.5.
And the Bucks are way
And
under.
yeah, I'm way under with the Buccaneers at 12-15. Is what I'm looking at right now with their over under at 6.5.
Whew.
So, so that's basically the NFC South. So let's go ahead see if we can get the AFC South in there. There.
Oops. That's the
Let's
players.
see.
Oh,
That was the
hold on.
players. Yeah.
Let me get a let me get a better graphic up. This is not the one I want.
Nope.
Yes, and this is not the. Yeah, but let me get this. Let me get the schedule up. So, um, yeah, um, yeah, but what I can uh yeah, but
Just hang with
I
us a
have
bit.
the Oh crud! I thought I had this done. Let me. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Let me. NFL schedule. AFC South.
Yep. Okay, he's got.
Yep.
Yeah, he just sent it to me, but I think he can get to it quicker than I can.
There we
There we
go.
go.
So Houston at 5.5. I got them
Yeah,
slightly above. Slightly above at
I
6.5.
have them above as well.
Colts. I got 6.5. Well, I got 6 wins, so
So it's right there. It's
The
even.
Colts at 6 and
yeah. And looking at the Jaguars, they got 9.5 at the over under. I got them over at 12, and 7.5 the over
yeah,
over under
I
for the
have the
Titans.
Jaguars at 11 wins.
4-2. I got 4-12 for the Titans, so I got them
Yeah, I have that as
much
under.
under. So
Yeah, so
So
I can finally stop sharing my screen. I think
yeah, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief now. All right, well, hopefully we'll get everything.
yeah.
Hopefully we'll get everything situated for our next show on July 7th. We'll take a look at the NFC and AFC Eastern divisions, which will probably be the two best divisions in the league going right now. So,
Oh yeah.
so I guess we can finally
Two of
go
them.
ahead and go ahead and put a bow on this show. So, once again, John Natali, thank you. John Flynn, thank you. My bros here. We'll have league activated sometime between now and our next show. So I'm getting tired. I may have to just go ahead and hit the sack after this because boy, I've had a long
Oh yeah.
day. I mean, work.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
I got
great
work in the
thing
morning
is,
myself.
the great thing is, I only work every third Sunday, but today was absolute murder.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just gotta close it up, close the show, close my room, turn off the light, hit the sack, go to bed. I mean, I know there was stuff that we were going to talk about, but we're just going to have to hold off until after next week's show because I am like dead
Oh yeah.
beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So thanks for hanging with us, everybody. We'll see
Yep.
y'all right here July 7th. Y'all have a safe 4th of July holiday. For John Natali, for John Flynn, my name is Tim McClellan. Thanks for joining us. Take care of yourselves. God bless you all. And remember, be a good sport. See ya.